Folks, I'm currently building a video game reseller app called OneUp, and I am in way over my head. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's going to end up looking something like this crappy sketch right here. And there's been one question throughout that I have not come to a great answer on, and that is pricing tiers. I had a general idea of what I wanted. I wanted there to be a cheap collector tier of this app with some basic but very useful features, and then the reseller tier that included a bunch more business utilities. I've come to a pretty significant change in the vision for those pricing tiers that I wanted to share with you guys, and also Bolt, the marketing firm that I hired to do like logos and naming and messaging and visuals for this app, just got me the final mock-ups that I also wanted to share, and that's what we're going to start with. We're going to talk a little bit about the best parts, the worst parts, and what will likely be different in the final version. Keep in mind, these are artistic mock-ups, not necessarily super like utilitarian ones. A lot of how this app navigates and how the features interact with each other and stuff, we're going to have to figure out during the development process. So the first page right here, you guys can see, ooh, the main collection screen. First of all, bottom menu looking super clean. Love how that looks. I hope that the final looks similar to that. And I love how much darker this is than the last version you guys saw, the background. I feel like all the colors pop way more. The games are going to be laid out a little bit differently in the final. It's going to look more like this in terms of like layout. So like games stacked on top of one another rather than all of the cover arts here. Although maybe there will be some sort of version of this with all the cover art together because it looks kind of cool. And then collection statistics. Again, that'll probably be more at the top of the screen right here. But you guys get the idea. That was number one. Let's see if we can, are we able to actually, oh, okay, there we go. I guess we're going backwards here. What is this? This is the home screen. You can see all a little bit grayed out here with some of the main statistics here. Lifetime collection value, games scanned, games listed for sale. That'll actually be quick flips, which we talked about in the last video, the wholesale pricing. And then you can see it looks like they've selected the scan button down here. I'm trying to avoid, if I can, having to press another thing between scan and when you're actually scanning something, just to maximize the efficiency there. We may have to go manual here to pull this. Okay, here we go. This is the the first version of the search results screen. So you can see up top here, we've got the title, we've got the eBay sales, which are looking fairly clean there, and then the button to go to eBay. We've got some Amazon minimal data there. That's not as much data as I'd like to see in the final, and it also is missing the price charting eBay aggregation, which will probably be up here. My development company, bless me, is telling me right now that we're probably going to have to implement scroll on this screen right here because there's just so much data that we're trying to cram in, price charting eBay and Amazon all at the same time. And on the pro tier, the reseller tier, there will also be profit estimations with fee calculations, all for everything on there. So it's going to be a lot to show. So we're probably going to scroll, but we're also hopefully going to implement collapsible categories. So if you're not that interested in eBay sales, you can just collapse this and then just see like Amazon and price charting with fee calculation and everything like that. And then down here will also be a quick flips price if the game is one that is on our buy list so that people can see quickly and easily exactly what we're paying for stuff as they're scanning it. What is next here? Okay, so here's the unobscured version of the home screen right here. Hi, John. Thank you, appreciate you. And then we've got lots. So this one also is going to look very different. It's going to look more like this when you pull it up, except rather than the title of a specific video game, it's going to have a custom title of a lot that you've created. And you'll just be able to select individual ones and then see sort of in list form the games that you have put in that lot. Distinct from, this is something that I had to explain to the developers too. They didn't have like a clear understanding of like, most people have one singular collection and then the ability to create separate lots from the collection is going to be really useful. But I had to explain that like, how come there's only one collection but there's multiple lots? And maybe this is a feature that we'll implement in the future of having the ability to have multiple collections, but as it stands right now, with OneUp associated with your account, you can have one collection, which ideally is your personal collection of games, and then on the reseller tier, you'll be able to create also as many lots as you want in addition to that. And then we have the menu right down here. If you select more, that's pretty standard. And the scan screen, this one doesn't have the keyboard in the bottom. Not sure how that's going to ultimately end up, but I think the look of this overall is pretty clean. And finally, the search. So I envision, and actually here you can see that there is a camera active in the background. This is more what I envisioned it being like, but you can see that they've got the search results pop down. Anyway, I thought seeing all of that was very exciting. There's going to be a good amount that is different about it in the final version, but just with all of the implemented like gradients and style and everything like that, I think this app is going to look really good and be really fun to use. Hopefully you guys agree as well. But now for the interesting conversation. How am I changing the pricing structure of this app? Well, to start off, here is the original plan. We were going to have a $5 collector tier and a $50 reseller tier. This one comes with unlimited scans, collection, value, and game tracking, product discounts, and multi-platform sales data. This is what we're talking about with like this scan feature when it comes up with like price charting in eBay and Amazon all at the same time. And then on the expensive reseller tier, we've got unlimited custom lots to make lot purchasing and selling much easier, automatic fee and profit calculations, Discord access, as well as the Quick Flips wholesale feature, which I think will be a game changer for a lot of folks. I did decide to make one feature adjustment, and that is we're going to have some channels of the Discord only available on the reseller tier, but we're also going to have some publicly available channels on the lower tier that have like community, just, general chats. There will be support available through that as well. There will be various things that anybody using the app can use, and then there will be certain threads, certain channels that will be dedicated specifically to people on the reseller tier. So that's the biggest feature change. And as a result of that, I had to ask myself, okay, what finally do I hopefully want the collector tier price to be? And after thinking about it a lot, I decided to change this one. Reseller tier is staying the same, but collector is actually going to be free. How about that? The more I thought about it, the more I realized the philosophy of this channel from the start has not been to not make money. Everyone knows I'm all about making money, but it's also always been about providing as much value as you can up front before you ask for anything, right? The YouTube channel is the perfect example. I've documented pretty much my entire resale journey of leveling up the business and changing business strategy and sharing what kind of games and stuff I'm picking up from the beginning. And those videos about me documenting my whole process have always been free, right? They're on YouTube. They're not behind some paywall. And there are asks for sure, right? I do sponsorships. I had the Discord, which also, by the way, we're closing that one off, and I'm making that one free now as well. So going forward, it's just going to be OneUp and the OneUp Discord for simplicity. But I just thought that both philosophically, providing genuine value in the form of this app up front for $0, and business-wise, it just makes more sense to have it at 0 than to have it at 5, because it's such an easier ask for people who are peripherally interested in this, but maybe like not all that interested to want to pay $5 a month. $5 a month isn't a ton of revenue anyway, and I think the app and the business will also be served by just having a larger user base. So anyway, folks, that's the update. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be so much more exciting for most people to hear, okay, Caleb's putting all of this work and $100,000 into this app, and I'm going to be able to use it and use all of the basic features, the collection and the price checking and everything, to make sure that I'm never overpaying for a video game, and I don't have to pay anything. And eventually, if you want to get serious about it and level up your reselling game, yes, the $50 tier will always be here, and that's what we're going to put the primary focus into, because I'm going to be real with you guys. I really want to make back that 100K if I possibly can. But I do think that having the bottom tier completely free is the right way to go. Let me know if you guys think I made the right choice on that, or if I'm shooting myself in the foot. I don't know. Time will tell, but appreciate you guys following along.